Alright, what's up guys? Today's another episode on bodywork for the Impreza. Just yesterday I picked up my new body kit from UPS Freight, and we're gonna just try and test fit some of the pieces. I already have the rear bumper test fit on. There's some trimming I gotta do for the fender flares, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So far all I've done is I've test fit the rear bumper, and I absolutely love the way that this thing looks. I'm gonna try and get it on camera. The rear bumper sits pretty low. I gotta trim this piece. This is what I was just talking about. This I gotta just trim a little bit because it's not letting the bumper go up all the way. Just gotta do that. I gotta mark the hole and drill it for either side. I gotta get it away from the wall. But then the rear bumper has this actually like valence piece that goes underneath that actually goes pretty far down, which is actually pretty sweet. I didn't know it had that. It looks pretty cool, and like I like how this comes in right here. Like it looks cool. It's like a little diffuser piece. I just got to get a an exhaust back there now to fill that little area. But yeah, I absolutely love the way this rear bumper looks. The front bumper is over there. I'm gonna pull this away from the wall a little bit, and then I've got the side skirts right there that we gotta also try and test fit. So let's get to it. So here's a better view of the, I'm gonna call it a diffuser. The diffuser piece of this, it actually goes down pretty low. It actually tucks into the body of the car, actually pretty long. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, so I just got the Impreza moved away from the wall a little bit more. I'm not really gonna do much on that side yet until I can get it running. So I have it out enough to do the front bumper, which I've got right here. Let's try and get this side skirt on, and then the rear bumper, I just gotta try and sand this area away because it hangs down a little bit lower than the actual factory quarter panel. So I gotta sand that down a little bit probably. Yeah, I do. I gotta sand it down. And then we'll see. We'll test fit the bumper again, and we'll see how it fits. Alright, so now I just got the side skirts opened up. I'm just trying to I need to figure out which side goes front and which side goes rear. Like, I'm not sure if the thicker side goes in the front or if that thinner side does. See how they're opposite on that side. So I gotta figure that out. I think it's more just gonna be whichever I feel like. I'll see how whichever way fits up better. Okay, so the side skirts are gonna be left for another day. Since I have the wide body, well, the wider front fenders and the wider rear quarters, these areas right here that come up don't really they don't fit right with the kit on there. Also, with having to open and close the door, this kind of has like, I don't know if it'll, yeah, it kind of shows up. This lip right here gets, the door gets in the way, and then the rear stock quarter gets in the way when it goes all the way down. So I think I'm gonna have to literally just trim this entire thing flat all the way down on both the side skirts. So I got to do that. I think I'm gonna have to lop off these areas just because it doesn't really fit right with the kit. Then also what I did, I don't know if it'll come up, it kind of comes up on camera, from like here down, I actually trimmed it inward more. So it used to basically come down like this and come down to here. I trimmed that because when I was running wider wheels in the front at first, when I was, full locking either left or right, the wheels would actually contact the fender right there. So I just, I cut it flush, so like from like right here you can't even tell that it's been cut, but when you put the side skirt on, there's about like that much of it like hanging out this side. So I got to do something with trimming that as well. The rear fits fine. I just got to do something about, the little, I'm gonna call it the ear, the little extra piece. I'm probably just gonna chop that off too, just so it's just the straight flat piece of the side skirt all the way across the bottom of the car. So that'll be probably the next day I'm here. I'll devote basically a whole I'll devote a full day just to get that done. So what I'm gonna do now is probably try and bolt up the rear bumper. I'm gonna drill the holes in the rear bumper. Maybe I'll take that front crash beam off, because the crash beam on this car comes down all the way right here. It has like 2 different levels. This piece right here is touching, well, this right here is touching the crash beam. So I don't want to get rid of this, because I kind of want to run fog lights. So I'm not going to get rid of that. So I'm going to have to take the crash beam off and try and figure out how to just cut this lower section out, so it just leaves the top section all the way across. So I'm gonna have to do that today too. I might just I don't have that much time today, so I might just take the crash beam off and then I'll just leave it at that. Alright, so for the rear bumper, basically all I have to do is just, I gotta figure out where the hole that I drilled is up here on, you know, the quarter panel piece. I just gotta line up the rear bumper with it, mark the hole from the inside, and then just drill a new hole, and I should technically just be able to bolt it right on. I still have to do the opposite side, which is still kind of against the wall. I might not get to that side, but I'm gonna get this side bolted on, and then I'll probably leave it like that for now until I finish the fuel system, so I can get this thing driving. So I'll be able to put it right here instead, out in the open, instead of against the wall where it was stored. So I'm gonna try and mark that and see if I can get at least one side bolted on. Alright, so I just drilled the hole. Well, I lined it up and I just drilled the hole for the bolt right there that goes into the quarter panel. Right now I still just have it loose, but you can kind of see just like the bolt right in there. Haven't tightened that yet just because I still got to do the other side, so I'm going to leave that loose for now. But basically it's just going to be held on by that. Same thing on the opposite side, and then from the factory it just has like Christmas tree clips, or not really Christmas tree, they're actually clips, but I'm just gonna go, actually I might have some of those OEM clips here, and they just go along the bumper beam, right along there, right below the trunk. So I'll probably put like 3 or 4 of those in there too as well. Once it's wrapped and everything, I'm not gonna bother fully bolting everything on, because everything has to be torn apart again once it gets wrapped. So rear bumper is as done as I can get right now, unfortunately, just because it's against the wall. But I am just in love with how that rear bumper looks. I think it looks, even though it's like pretty subtle, I think it looks extremely aggressive. Especially before I had the stock bumper on this, and this thing looks a whole lot more aggressive than that in a really subtle way, which I love. I think that looks great. Now let's just grab the light. The front bumper is pretty aggressive. It has like a pretty large lip on it. It looks pretty good. It's a little more ricey than what I would really want, but it was part of the kit and it's what I have, so it's going on. I originally wanted to get the 22B style front bumper and then just get the side skirts that I have now and then that rear bumper that I have now, and I went on eBay and I found this kit, this whole kit, the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the side skirts for like 550 bucks shipped. And you know, if people say, oh, I ordered an eBay part for my car, like I honestly don't even know what brand these things are. Well, guess what? The car was like, I bought the car for $3 grand. So I'm not throwing an expensive body kit on this thing. So that's the kit that I got. The front bumper isn't exactly what I'd ideally want. I would really want one of the 22B style bumpers, but this one would do for now. If they're all made out of fiberglass. If this front one breaks, then I'll look into getting a 22B style one. So for now, this body kit's going on, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take that front bumper beam off, because I know I have to take it off anyway to do the cutting. So I'm gonna take that off now, and that might be where I have to end today. Alright, so I just got the front bumper beam off right there, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I can cut out and what needs to stay. I think I could get it to fit. The only other thing that I have to do is just find a 2.5 RS front crash beam. That one actually has, it came with fog lights from the factory, so it actually has little openings in that crash beam where those fog light holes actually go. So worst case scenario, I just got to get one of those. That's no big deal, there's probably a bunch of those around. And then we can start actually test fitting that front bumper. I'm also going to be doing a front mount intercooler, so I got to take into effect what I'm going to have to cut out of that front crash bar and what I'm going to have to cut out of that front bumper in order to fit the front mount in there. But so this is the rear bumper right now, back on the ground, with just one of the stock WX wheels on it. It looks sweet. I'm still going to lower the car down just a little bit more too, so it's going to be a little bit lower to the ground. Goes all the way over. I think it looks sweet. I love it. Especially with the STI wing on there too. I can't wait till this thing's all one color with the actual right wheels on it. But it's gonna look sweet. I can't wait for it to be done. Front bumper and crash bars right there. I wish I had more time today to put the side, well, mock up the side skirts, make that work, actually cut the bumper bar in the front to make the front bumper work. I wish I had time to do that. I have something that I gotta go pick up for the BRZ. So that's why I gotta get out of here right now. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up. You know, put in the comments what color do you think I'm gonna be wrapping this car. Let me know what color you think you want it to be wrapped. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.